Hey guys, in case you didn't know, this is AfterBuzz TV. We're doing the after show for Modern Family, and it's going to get you in the Thanksgiving spirit for next week. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I like this.
I know.
Chainsmokers. Haley.
That's Haley.
Yay.
She's covering the Chainsmokers, or it's featuring her or
Yeah,
something.
featuring her. I saw the Chainsmokers perform at Kaboo in San Diego. They have like all this energy, so hypey. So it's cool to see her do this cover that's a little bit slower, a little more mellow.
Yeah,
But
I had no idea she sang.
I know, me either.
It's
So
crazy.
crazy. Well, welcome to AfterBuzz TV. We're doing the after show for Modern Family, Season 8, Episode 7, Thanksgiving Jamboree. And it just says it right there in the title. You know, a lot of crazy stuff is going to go on in this episode. And I just love hearing her sing because usually Dylan, her boyfriend in the show.
That's what you said, and I totally forgot. I had no idea she sang, and when you said that, that's so funny.
I just remember that episode when he brought his guitar and he was singing to the family and basically telling the family how he loves sleeping with Haley, a little more graphic, and I was like, oh my gosh, could you imagine a boyfriend being like that in front of your family?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Luckily, everyone I've dated, guys, have been much smarter than that, but... Well, I am Nikki Preston. You can find me everywhere at Nikki Preston TV.
Thanks for joining us. You can find me online at Athletic, and I'm Jessie Zahner.
I'm so excited to get into this episode because I love the holidays. I'm already starting to listen to Christmas music, and we're going to be decorating soon. How about you? Do you like to decorate and get started early?
I love to decorate. I usually don't start until Thanksgiving, and I totally forgot it was Thanksgiving next week.
I know, next week.
I know.
I feel like I love all the holidays. So as soon as October ends, as soon as we're done with Halloween, I'm ready for Christmas, and I feel like Thanksgiving is almost like a pre-Christmas, so you can start to put the decorations out and get ready for it.
I know, it's so exciting, but I totally forgot about it, and so I was so shocked when I came in, and this episode was the Thanksgiving one. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't even think that it would be this soon.
Well, we had to do it a week ahead of time because I don't believe there is an episode on next week because you guys are probably all going to be out partying or being with family or doing whatever you do the night before Thanksgiving. But I love it. Cam and Mitch throw this huge celebration, this Thanksgiving Jamboree, and they went as far as, well, Cam did at least, to have hay, different animals like goats, and that cute little piglet that he was carrying around. And Joe, I just loved all the scenes with Joe and the goat.
Yeah. He's so cute. I love him. I mean, I loved Lily too. Like when she was younger, I still love her, but he's so cute. And the way that they had the Goat Pro on on the goat, and he was looking at Joe, and Joe was like just right in the camera. He was so cute.
The writers and whoever was thinking of the different shots, just so creative. I mean, I love that too. Such a good idea.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of the whole show was when the goat dies and Gloria is pretending to do the goat noises and just, being her usual self and yelling, and Joe's kind of confused as to what's going on.
She keeps trying to distract him and let's do this, and oh, there's cookies, like Santa's coming, and he's on to her though.
It's so funny because so many times she tries to be like this tough mom, and you got to be tough, and this is how you do it. And then other times she wants to protect her kids, and she didn't want Joe to know the truth.
Yeah.
And Cam's the one who's like, you just got to tell these kids, they got to learn about death. Lily, doesn't care at all, has like no heart sometimes when it comes to that stuff.
I know, she's so funny.
But in same thing, she was in it a little bit more, but kind of a small part again.
Right.
This show, I thought too.
Right. I was really excited to see everybody in this episode because last week we did miss a few of the main characters, and I was kind of wondering what was going on. So I was glad to see her back in this episode.
And Dwight's back in this one.
I know. I was so happy.
And I'm just wondering, with Alex, why does she always go for the younger kids? She's, into kids that are in, high school and with Luke, and now Dwight, who's a high school kid when she's in college.
Right.
Is she just doesn't have enough confidence in herself, doesn't think she can get someone her own age?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because how long has she been in college? Is she just like a year older than Luke?
I'm not 100% sure. I want to say that she's going to be a sophomore in college.
That's what I
already
was thinking.
is.
Maybe like 2 years older. But what year is Dwight in school?
Even if, let's say, he's a senior, is that even legal? I mean, if he's 17 years old, not even 18 yet.
No, I definitely think it's weird, but I was so excited to see this because I love Alex and I love Dwight, and I was really hoping Dwight would come back. But after last episode, I was worried that they weren't going to have him back. So I was so excited to see him, and then when I saw them together, I was really happy too.
And everyone's coming back. Raynor's back.
I know. What do you think of Raynor, though? Because he's like much older than Haley.
So much older.
Yeah.
It was funny because I predicted it. I'm like, I think he's going to come back, even though I really didn't think he was. So I'm happy he did come back. But it's weird. I'm sorry.
I know, it's so weird.
And honestly, if he wasn't on TV, local TV personality, and have a good job, Phil would really be going crazy, but only because he does make money and is like a local celebrity. Maybe he'll let it slide there.
Yeah, their relationship is so funny, Phil and Raynor.
It is.
Because like Phil's like getting jealous, and then he thinks Raynor's inviting him to Mexico.
And Claire, the whole time, she's trying to tell him, like, Phil, no, it's not you, it's Haley. He always does this, so he gets, like, these weird obsessions with these guys, and then thinks they're, asking him out or doing... He always gets himself in these situations.
I know, I thought it was so funny, and it was great when Claire was, like, hitting him, and she's like, it's Haley, he's inviting Haley, he's not inviting you. And then he tried to play it off, like, can't I just joke around with you, or...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, it was a good comeback, though.
Yeah, no, it was. And you know what? I do kind of... They don't have a ton of chemistry, but I do kind of like Haley with him. I like... Because she's dated... No offense, but like so many losers. Well, besides Andy, who's a good guy, but so many Andy. Losers, you know?
Yeah.
I want her to be with a more successful guy. And especially if I don't think she really wants to work or do anything, she needs someone to take care of her.
I know, he's so funny, and he comes in with like these gloves on because did he have like plastic surgery on his hands or something?
Well, he's a weatherman. He has to be able to point at the screen and have beautiful, nice hands.
So funny. He was taking his cup like this with his gloves on and like drinking. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I feel like though he's a little bit too high maintenance for Haley. He's
super high maintenance. Yeah, it's so funny
because Haley's the one who's got to act like that, and if both of them are like that, then it doesn't leave a lot of room for her to be that way, I feel.
Right. They're so funny.
And then, so, everyone, we know Cam loves to dress like a clown. He loves his clown costume, and Mitch threw it away by mistake.
Yeah, I was shocked because I did not see that coming.
I mean, it's so bright. I guess there were a lot of bags, but...
But did he do it on purpose?
He's saying he didn't, but he probably did.
I know, because he does not like that clown costume, so...
I thought we were going to find out because I thought he was going to be like, Cam was going to be like, enough of this hey stuff, let me put on the clown costume and do some jokes and, blow up some balloons or something for you guys. But
no clown costume. It's gone.
I thought he handled it very well.
Yeah. I don't know how he handled it that well because, I was thinking there must be something that he did that we don't know about, which is exactly what ended up happening because I was like, there's no way he would be this calm about the clown suit.
But I still feel like even though it was their money for their trip, I feel like it wasn't as bad as throwing away his clown costume.
People are really adamant about their clown costumes. I mean,
I know.
Big part of his life.
Exactly. So I'm wondering, for Thanksgiving, do you do anything special? Do you, decorate like that or go crazy?
No, usually not for Thanksgiving, but at Thanksgiving I usually start to put up my Christmas decorations like the day after or something. But no, not really. How about you?
Not too much for Thanksgiving, but I start with the Christmas stuff. I mean, at least I'm from New York, and my family, we go to town. We have the Christmas tree up with all the lights, and my dad's very particular about how he decorates it. As kids, we weren't able to help decorate. We just kind of watch him do it right because it's got to be precise. And we have the stockings out by the fireplace, and then the wreath, and just the whole place.
No Thanksgiving Jamboree for your family.
No, we just have all the Christmas stuff out. Okay. But we have it out for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's awesome.
No, so I love it. So when I come back home from California, I'm like in the spirit, and it's all already decorated and ready for me to go.
Yeah.
And then I love their little trip, how Jay and Phil and Jerry...
That was such a good part.
Actually, we got to talk about Jerry because it reminds me of one Thanksgiving when we had a friend's friend come who was going through a divorce. Same thing, all depressed, kind of ruining the day, moping around.
So you had this situation happen.
We had that situation
my
happen.
gosh.
And he's just kind of like depressed at the table, and the whole day we can't even bring up like anything that is related to family or happy, because he's like, you can tell he's like going crazy inside.
Gosh. Well, it's so funny that you say that, because in this episode, I know I should be feeling bad for Jerry, but he was so funny.
Yeah.
Like everything, like I just wanted to watch the whole show of Jerry, because he like everything was going wrong and he was so upset. I just thought it was hilarious. But now that you're saying it, it sounds like in real life this would not be fun.
No, it wouldn't. You've never been in a situation like this before?
No, I mean, I definitely had a friend like from college who lived too far away who came and, you know, joined my family for Thanksgiving, but he wasn't like depressed, and he started cooking things and like burnt, like he couldn't cook anything, and he like made, actually it's funny because he made grilled cheese sandwiches like Lily did, and he burned it, and then the whole house was smoking, like the house wasn't burning down, but it was smoking, and it's just a big disaster.
So do you cook? Because I feel like with most families, all the women do the cooking and the cleaning, and the men sit around and just watch TV and do nothing.
I do not cook. I'm a really bad cook. Well, not last year, maybe like 2 years ago, my mom tried to teach me how to do the turkey, and she's like, it's so easy, and she's so good at it.
That's what my mom says. She's like, you can't mess up a turkey.
That's what my mom says too, but no, I have no idea. If I got a turkey and brought it home, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
So would your husband cook the turkey, or?
No.
He doesn't cook either?
No,
What do you do then?
I don't know how we get by in life, honestly, but no, we don't cook. Neither of us do.
So you take out and you like get easy
We do,
things.
or we like try to cook. Like the other night he made nachos, like just chips and cheese, and like that was his dinner.
Okay.
I don't eat nachos, so I was like, that's an interesting meal.
Need to be eating healthier if that's your
So struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to cook, but I will put things in the microwave. I will put like vegetables and instant rice, and I try to eat very healthy.
I can do that. Yeah, I can do like if my mom's asking me to make like mashed potatoes or something, like I can help with like the easier things, but the turkey's just like, no. I'm more of a cleaner. So I clean everything.
I don't like to clean either, but I turn out to be the cleaner. My roommate will cook because she loves to cook, and she leaves pots and pans, things a mess. And I'm like, you gotta clean up after yourself, but she doesn't. So I, in the end, will end up cleaning everything if I want the place to be clean.
Yeah.
And this Friday we have a friend's Thanksgiving, so we're making some of the things and bringing them over to our friends. And same thing, it's gonna be like an absolute mess in my place.
Oh my gosh! You have to have a Thanksgiving jamboree.
I know, you're right. I love the hay. I loved how crazy and far out he went with everything.
I know. Even to like the costumes that they were wearing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was so funny.
Although I wasn't crazy about some of the scenes with Mitch and Claire. I feel like we needed a little bit of that to kind of figure out what was going on with Cam.
Right.
But I felt like it was kind of too predictable. They've done scenes like that in the past where, okay, he's being too nice, something must be wrong. Like, I was kind of like, I wasn't totally crazy about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're saying that, this was such a good episode. It was just like everything was a disaster, and it was so funny. But that probably definitely like was the downside of this episode. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah.
And that's the funny part too, because it was one of my favorite episodes. I was out there laughing so loud when we were watching it, but just that one part, in the kitchen, it was just kind of like, take it or leave it. But I did love when Jay and all the guys went to the store and they see the divorce lawyer there, and I thought Jay was gonna have a heart attack or something was gonna happen right there in the store.
It was so funny because Jay and Jerry are both so upset about it, and then Phil kind of riles them up, and he's like, no, we're not leaving, like he's not going to ruin this. And so then they start, Jay decides, I'm going to go and hit him with this sneaker, and they're like in attack mode at that point.
And then they don't even have to do anything.
I know.
So I always think about that, because you see it a lot on TV. If you're in that situation where someone, and let's say he was even a worse guy than just, okay, doing the divorce. Let's say someone hurt one of your friends or you or whatever, but then it was a moment like that where they seriously needed help.
Yeah.
You had to save their life. Would you do it, or would you let them die?
No, I definitely would save their life. I mean, you got to do it, I guess. That was so funny though. Why would you let him go? Guys, we are finding out so much about Nikki tonight. This is crazy.
Just because no, if he was just a divorce lawyer, I wouldn't risk his life. It wasn't that important. But if it was someone who hurt my family or did something serious, I would definitely think about it before I went and saved him. I might. I don't know. I'm probably admitting to something that I shouldn't be admitting to. But.
No, that's so funny. It was so funny because Jerry was kind of like, no, let him go.
Yeah.
Who cares? He's an asshole. And so he tries to stop Phil, and Phil can't get him off of him because Phil has the defibrillator. Is that what it's called? And he's about to put it on his chest, and he can't get Jerry off of him. So he has to shock Jerry, and then they both go flying. And Jay has to save the day.
Jay always saves the day. These guys are
I know, he's
knuckleheads.
Phil's such a clown. I know, he's so funny.
And then I love that he's trying to have this serious conversation with Haley, and he hits her glass and is all
he can't do anything. She's like, "Oh, are you got electrocuted again?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, it's a common thing in their family.
Yeah.
He gets injured a lot.
Yeah.
And then even at the end, I don't know, I kind of had a little tear in my eye when I saw the whole family playing football. And
oh, that was cute.
It was real sweet and getting along together. And then Joe going up to Jay and being upset that the goat died.
That was such a cute moment.
And being don't smoke. I want you around. I love you.
And he split the cigar right there and was like, I'm going to be around for a long time. So that was a really sweet moment with those two.
It takes kids like that. So I wasn't around, but my grandpa, he used to smoke back in the day. Luckily, I didn't know him as a smoker. And he watched this commercial, and there was some little girl saying oh, look at my dad, he's dying, blah, blah, blah. And there was something about that commercial and whatever that little girl said. And my grandpa said, I'm not going to smoke again.
Wow, and he just stopped cold turkey.
He stopped cold turkey and did not smoke again after that. So rest in peace, Grandpa, but it was amazing of you.
That's crazy, yeah.
Well, that is about it. Oh, one more thing that I forgot about, because my family does this. So when you go to a relative's house or whoever for the holidays, without them even asking you, do you bring Tupperware over in Ziploc bags and start packing cookies and leftovers
to take home? No. Why do you?
No, I don't, but I have family members who do that. It's one thing if someone if my aunt is oh, I have so much left over here, you take some, let me make you a little plate. But I have some relatives, they got Tupperware full of cookies and cake.
So they'll come in, raid the house, steal all the food, and leave.
They'll eat it there first, they'll hang out all day, then they'll steal the food and leave and have enough for a week or two.
Why, was somebody doing that? Because I missed that part.
There was I forgot who it was now. Was it Jerry or no? Was it? I don't remember now. But they had the Ziploc bag and putting all the food in there, and I was just oh my god, I can relate. And I
haven't had anybody do that in my family, but they're
polite then.
Hilarious.
That's good. Or they just do it after someone says, "Oh, take some home. We have some."
They do
extra,
that, yeah, for sure.
Or the people that bring over cake and pies and then take them back home with them instead of leaving them.
I have friends that do that. Not my friends, but my parents' friends do that. But
they weren't brought up right. They don't know what they're supposed to do there.
You're supposed to leave the pie, guys.
You're supposed to leave it. But that is enough of that. I just love this episode
That's so
tonight.
Funny. I know. This was a really good episode. One of my favorites, for sure.
We got to go in the predictions really fast. Do you have
AfterBuzz TV predictions?
So it's so hard with this show because anything can happen. But I'm hoping that we see Alex and Rainer. Haley and Rainer go to Mexico, and I think something's going to happen, and they're not going to be happy, and they're going to come home and they're going to break up.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to go against you. I want them to get engaged.
All right, guys.
And come back, and Haley's going to have the ring and be all jumping around the house, and Phil is just going to be devastated.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So I guess we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I think, 2 weeks from now, or 2 or 3. So, we'll keep you up to date. We'll be back. Well, that is going to do it for the show today. I'm Nikki Preston, and you can find me all over social media at Nikki Preston TV.
Thanks so much for joining us. My name's Jessie Zahner. You can find me online at AthletChick.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.